wings flapping in my home. Flip, flap, flip, flap, flip, flap. Come into the light, little one.
Simply put, Bioshock's one of the best games I've played in years. The game takes place in 1960. It starts out as your plane crashes over the sea. Luckily, there's an ominous lighthouse rising out of the ocean. Venturing within, you find your way down to Rapture, an underwater objectivist utopia gone horribly wrong. Bioshock's plot unfolds with a story worthy of any RPG, and you've definitely never seen a plot or setting like this in a video game before. Personally, I've been looking forward to this game for a long time. Bioshock is the spiritual successor to the System Shock series. Being a big fan of System Shock, I had high hopes for this game. Thankfully, it delivers. Bioshock lives up to the hype and then some. Like System Shock before it, Bioshock blends a lot of RPG elements into the shooter formula. Customizing your character is mainly done through the use of plasmids, vials containing genetic material that grant different powers. Active plasmids work similar to spells, allowing you to freeze your enemies, electrocute them, or set them on fire, while passive plasmids enhance your character's abilities, allowing you to do more damage, hack more proficiently, or even turn invisible. You've only got a limited number of slots, and how you equip your plasmids is a big part of the strategy in Bioshock. You can turn your character into a stealthy sniper, a close combat brawler, a hacking expert, or anything in between. The game looks great, with excellent textures, lighting, and some of the best water effects you've probably ever seen. But more than simply good graphics, Bioshock has atmosphere. It bleeds atmosphere. While the game is fairly linear, and most of the time you've got an arrow at the top of the screen pointing you towards your next objective, the environments just beg to be explored, and they often reward you for exploring them as well. The world of Rapture really feels lived in. Even if you don't have to go in that bathroom, you'll be glad to know it's there, and it's that type of attention to detail that's present throughout the game. The denizens of Rapture seem to have a life of their own, independent of you. Even common splicers can often be heard talking to themselves and each other. And of course there's the lumbering big daddies and the little sisters they protect. Just the fact of having NPCs that are basically oblivious to you as long as you mind your own business makes for a great dynamic. It's honestly fun sometimes just to sit back and watch the AI characters go about their business. While it's hard to nitpick this game, there are a few minor issues. Purists may be turned off by the fact that there's basically no penalty for death. Enemies retain their damage, meaning you can basically go through the game with just your wrench if you really want to. Enemies later in the game also seem to take more damage without rhyme or reason. When the guy that you took out with one shotgun blast to the face early in the game suddenly takes 5 shotgun blasts to the face to kill, it can be a little disconcerting. There's also the occasional texture draw-in, but the game in general looks so good you're probably not going to care. There's no multiplayer, but the single-player game is fairly lengthy, and it's just full of great moments that you're going to want to revisit. Basically, if you enjoy thinking shooters and games thick on atmosphere, then Bioshock is a must-buy. There are a lot of great games coming out as the holiday season approaches, but don't miss out on this one.
That's better.